Out. Hear the music.
Welcome. It's the Stirring the Pot Show with Lou Marconi and Johnny Cleveland, part of the Fanatical Elves Network.
Sick as a dog.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah,
There's Lou Marconi, and I'm Johnny Cleveland.
Hey,
How
welcome
are
to the
you,
show.
Lou?
I'm
Merry
actually better.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. Thank you. I was better this morning than I was this morning because I was sick all week last week. Started feeling pretty good Saturday. Went to a Christmas party with my wife. Then, I'd layer up, go to the game, and where I was sitting at, man, it was brutal. 503, row 27. I mean, we're looking right over. We're getting that wind straight from the lake. And where we were at, it might have been like 30 degrees on the field, but where we were at, the wind chill was easily in the teens. Easily.
Yeah, I haven't been to as many games as you there, but for me, being there, I'm in 544. Our back is against the wind off the lake, but it was brutal.
It's still brutal.
It was brutal. It was
well, the
brutal.
Bills fans that were sitting around us were like, "It's not this windy in our stadium."
Yeah,
where they're at. Where they're at. And I was at. We started talking about. I told you I had interesting conversations. With Bills fans about their new stadium that's opening next year, and ticket prices and everything else. It was just plus. And there was a lot of Bills fans there. They were there. Most of them, I'd say, a lot of them were really cool. They were just really good. And I'm going to say this to start the show. I remember in 1996, they gave us a day to be at their stadium, and they gave us a section as an honorary dog pound after the Browns moved to Baltimore, and they supported us. So
I remember that.
Bills fans, I don't forget that, and I thanked them for it when I was there. So thank you.
That's a good observation, good remembering there. I
have a memory, people. Some people have selective memories and amnesia about things. I have a memory. I'm old, but I'm not that old.
No, and that's the thing. I mean, they have always, they're 3 hours up the road, and they're a lot like us as far as their fandom for the team.
Very loyal to their team. They're very happy,
Yeah,
they're trying to say that nobody has it as bad as they do. So at least you've been to the Super Bowl. Before them. I said, no, that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Well, you and I
championships, yeah.
You remember, and I remember. I think you and I both were at this game back in what was it, 89?
The playoffs.
The first time the Buffalo came here, we beat them barely in a game where we hung on for dear life, and Clay Matthews got the interception at the goal line. That was against the Bills after Jim Kelly threw a ball that looked like it was a certain touchdown to Thomas.
The guy dropped it. Yeah,
he dropped it in the end zone at the old Municipal Stadium. Oh,
yeah. It was one of those, and I think that guy got cut. It wasn't Thomas. It wasn't Thurman Thomas.
It was somebody else.
Yeah, it was a tight end or somebody. That guy ended up eventually getting cut for it. But hey,
that was a great game. If you go back and watch that game, that was a barn burner.
Eric Metcalf had a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, it had everything in it.
But I was saying, like, the one thing Marv Levy said about that team was, we didn't win the game, but we knew what we were going to do for our offense. They basically went in a hurry up. And Jim Kelly was the right quarterback to do it because he did everything fast. Not every quarterback can do that. So, so at that time, that's what happened. And they went out, and until they ran into Bill Belichick's Giants defense, they pretty much ran roughshod over everybody. And that was, I don't know how that Bills team didn't win at least one Super Bowl. But their fans are really respectful. Well, it's just interesting too. On the way there, we were talking about ticket prices. What I pay now, or where I sit, and where they pay, we're like $1,000 a year cheaper.
Really?
For season tickets, yeah. And he was just shocked. He's like, really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
And they were complaining about their team and that, the defense is not good and coach is overrated. They're bitching about their coach, their owner's cheap. Well, our owner's not cheap.
No.
He's not cheap. So
But this is
So,
the sixth year now that the Bills have won 11 games or more in a row.
mhm,
Years in a row now.
mhm.
They've had a number of teams over these decades that have been successful. Now Josh Allen is their quarterback. And honestly, though, yesterday Shador Sanders played just as well, or is just from a statistical line, as
Minus the
Josh Allen
interceptions. Yeah, they just didn't
had a
turn it
better,
over.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Interesting game. I was initially, you probably too, that first drive the Browns had was fantastic.
Beautiful.
Went
Look great.
right. Um,
Mhm.
I figured too, like at that point, Buffalo's kind of getting their feet wet on defense too, kind of settled back. But Buffalo, to their credit, came back. It's unfortunate that that big run that Quinshon Judkins had early in the game, when it was still, I think, 7-7. That next drive, he went for 40, and it was brought back on a holding call. That was a
Yeah, yeah.
big early play.
That's happened before. Also, the just an update on if people Quinton Judkins dislocated ankle and a fractured fibula, no
Yeah,
knee damage, which is major news. According to Mary Kay Cabot, which she talked to leak sources, it's a 4 to 5 month recovery.
yeah.
So
So
if
that
that's
would.
the case, he gets the surgery this week. You're
Hmm.
talking end of June is 6
Hmm.
months.
Yeah.
End of July is training camp. So training camp 7 months. So
Hmm.
but
It's a broken leg, and it's not. If it's not knee, that's good.
that's very
Um,
good.
yeah.
So it looked. I mean, it did not look good. That was to my side of the field, and I was like, I wasn't even in my seat. I was actually standing by the tunnel while I was watching. I
Okay.
was just like, oh man, I'm like bummed out. I'm like,
Right. I
I was like,
know.
oh shit, and people were like,
Right.
all the fans were just like around me going, oh no, no,
Yeah.
no. And
Now
it's
I
just
will.
like, well, we lost him next year. People are already thinking he's gone for next year. And I said, well,
No.
no,
No.
he's
We
not.
don't.
No, he should be ready by
So
training camp, I would
I
think.
talked to Jeff Hartman over at Pittsburgh earlier today with
Mm-hmm.
the fans
Mm-hmm.
first stuff, and he was asking me questions about the Brownies and their run game. And I said, well, we've got a couple new guys in there that played really well that second half yesterday.
Oh,
That
Raheem
Sanders,
Sanders did really
yeah,
good.
and then the Williams kid came in and had a couple really nice
Mm-hmm.
carries, and Shador Sanders himself had 4 carries for almost 50 yards.
Yeah, he
So I mean,
scrambled. Yeah, and
yeah.
scrambling. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think the Browns. I was pleasantly surprised. Now, obviously, Buffalo, from what I've heard, doesn't have the greatest, or didn't have the greatest run defense, but they have a good
True.
pass defense. So,
Mm-hmm.
no, despite that happening, and I don't know if Dylan Sampson's going to be available next week against Pittsburgh, but
I haven't heard anything yet.
yeah.
I haven't heard anything. Probably won't know until we start seeing injury reports come Wednesday.
Hmm.
Are they going to practice on Christmas Day?
I
Probably.
don't know.
I don't know. Well, they usually do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday practices. It's in Cleveland, so we'll have to see.
Harold Fannin was fantastic again early in the game at 2 touchdowns.
The only thing that really disappointed me in the first half was the defense.
Hmm.
But to their credit, they only gave up 3 points in the second half.
They did. That's right. Because it was
So
20 to,
they
yeah.
tightened it up. They tightened it up. I saw a couple 3-and-outs. I'm like, all right, they've made their
Hmm.
adjustments. They figured it out. So,
Hmm.
but this defense has always been so good. When they're not to that level, it's just kind of like people get mad.
Yeah.
We're kind of spoiled defensively. Where we had a decent offense this year, we would be so much better.
Oh, well, I know that was the other question. Maybe we can talk about that too. I didn't like,
Mm-hmm.
in regards to the Browns and what we want to do, because the
Mm-hmm.
Browns are moving up the draft board. There's been a
Mm-hmm.
lot of conversation today about, do the Browns target one of those top quarterbacks? Do they ride with
I don't.
Shador?
Yeah, I don't know. I do this is interesting. If this happens, if the Browns lose out, which could happen,
Mhm.
okay, then you got and the Giants beat the Raiders, which
Yep.
could happen.
Yep.
And the last week of the season, the Raiders are playing the Chiefs.
Mhm.
Raiders beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs lost their backup, ACL
Mhm.
tear, Gardner
Right.
Minshew. So they're
Yeah.
down. They're down to Bailey Zappi or somebody.
Yeah.
I forgot who
Zappy.
is that. Whoever they're down. They're down to somebody. And so if that happens, we get the number 1 overall pick.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And at that point, then do you
what do you
have to
do?
take the quarterback?
The only one I could justify
Yeah.
them taking and say, okay, I can see why you're doing it, is Mendoza.
Sure.
Only quarterback.
Right.
Not Ty Simpson, not Dante Moore. But if you take Mendoza and you think he's the guy, however, I wouldn't be surprised if they field calls for either that number one pick or for Shador from teams like the Raiders, the Jets.
Yeah.
And see what they want and see what they can get. I would keep Shador and I would trade down to maybe with the Jets and get like the King's ransom to go down 4 or 5 spots, draft Carnell Tate, use the assets to build around Shador.
Yeah, I'm in that part. I mean, that's the category.
It's if we get the one overall. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? So
right. Well, I want to give Shador another opportunity, and I just don't think that. I mean, Mendoza, like you said, potentially, but from all accounts that I've been hearing, and you've probably been hearing, and talking to people like Steve Gill, our colleague, I mean, they're all suggesting that there's the quarterbacks in this group are no stronger than what Shador was or Cam Ward.
Well, this is a fact that if Cam Ward would have been there at 2, the Browns would have taken him.
Yeah.
That's a fact, because the reason why that trade didn't happen until Tennessee took Cam Ward, that was the one thing. That was the caveat. If Cam Ward goes to the Titans, okay, we'll trade down with you, and it worked out. And the other thing too, I want people to understand, they're about 3rd round pick, Dylan Gabriel, the late 3rd round pick. Okay,
right.
Late 3rd round. They had him slated as an early 4th round pick.
Okay.
They took him then because if they didn't take him, he was going to be gone by the late 4th round, because they moved back in the 4th round with the Jacksonville trade.
What about the observation, or some people are speculating that Andrew Berry was more inclined for Shador, Kevin was more for Dylan Gabriel, and that's kind of why there are some that suggest that the two of them are not seeing eye to eye this season as much.
That's right now is the first time I heard that.
That's been out there in La La Land.
Yeah,
that's why
It's I've never not heard that from anybody credible. Well, do you want to know something? This is what the internet does. I got home feeling like crap because I was sitting in the.
I think I took 2 showers, Lou. I'm just now starting to feel my fingers.
Yeah. And I went and looked on my phone and went on Twitter, which was a mistake. And there was a story that Matt Patricia was going to be the new coach of Michigan.
Really?
The Buckeyes defensive coordinator. I couldn't find it anywhere else. So then I knew the live podcast was coming on, the Buckeye Scoop guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, they would know. They didn't say a word about it. And I listened to them tonight too, and I was like, okay, there's nothing new.
Yeah.
The only thing that's happening is that Ryan Day took over the play calling for Heartline. That's about it for the playoffs, and that's it. But anyway, that was just something like, so you see things and you don't know what's true. I think maybe Stefanski might have favored Gabriel, but he doesn't he's the guy who makes the decision on who starts.
Yeah. Let me ask you, so do you think if we finish, we don't win another game, Lou?
Okay, we lose the next 2 and we're like,
I mean, Stefanski, is he safe? Are we still saying, are you still
the buzz that I'm hearing now is that the guy that's going to make that decision will be Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry's safe. Like, Haslam's hands off more now, and he's going to let Andrew Berry run.
Berry would make the decision on Stefanski.
That's what I'm hearing. and it's like one of those things. Well, so there's a lot of decisions. I mean, do we keep Stefanski? There's going to be changes in the coaching staff, but there's no doubt about it. There's going to be changes in personnel.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. I hope I didn't cough in the mic.
No, you didn't.
Okay, but there's going to be changes that's going to be happening. So there's so much to it. It's just we'll know in 2 weeks. I'd say it's 50-50 right now.
Okay.
I say it's 50-50.
Jeff was asking me the other day.
I don't think winning a game or 2 would make a difference, though. I think they already know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, you only win 3 games 2 years in a row. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, I mean Jeff
You
Hartman and I were
just
talking about it earlier tonight, and I said, I mean, because honestly, Lou, I recall, and I don't know if you, I mean, I don't know specifically, but there were conversations that you and I and the others of us
every
here in the Fanatical Elves were talking about a year ago, and we were saying they can't repeat 3-14. If they do, is Stefanski's probably not safe
right.
this season, and so now we're a whole year later. He's still safe.
Yeah.
He's still here, and we're still having the same conversation about
It
what
it would
potentially could
I
happen.
mean I mean that would be it would have to be like, okay, man, we're gonna get you what you need, but you're not gonna have any excuses.
Couple little comments here.
Mr.
Hey, shout out
Suchan.
one of my students
Oh,
watching. So we have to
what be on our
be
best
on
behavior.
be on our best behavior, Lou.
Yep.
Uh, so
You've heard me
um,
swear. Fire
Ethan
Bubba.
is here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ethan, for being
And
here.
Ethan joined
Fire
me
Bubba.
Friday. Yeah. We
I saw
actually
that.
did you see that? Did you see that did I send you that podcast I sent to Ethan? It was with Ray Carth. Adios, Kevin. He's saying adios,
Adios,
Kevin.
And then this is my favorite one. Thank you, Ethan.
It's time for new Coke. Oh yeah,
If
change
you're
the formula.
listening to us on Apple or Spotify later,
Yeah,
Ethan is commenting about Kevin Stefanski and the Browns
and
cleaning
time for new.
house.
Yeah, we're changing the formula. Now, where was I?
You were talking about the podcast that you sent Ethan.
Yeah, it was Ray Carthon. Ray Carthon
Yes.
was the former Titans GM talking to this guy. I can't remember the guy's name, but even Ethan was like frustrated because the guy was not really that smart. He was bringing up expensive quarterbacks, expensive receivers, and Carthon's like, "Why would I do that?" He just kind of like was like, he's like, "I have all these draft picks. I could draft receivers. I could draft guys." I mean, he was making the point. But yeah,
let's pause. Let's pause for a quick commercial, and then I want to ask you some questions about.
Can I make one quick point that he said on there? Because he was flat out asked, August next year, is Andrew Berry and it's Kevin Stefanski still running the Cleveland Browns? He said yes.
Okay.
He basically said the reason is because the owner came out, took ownership of the Watson deal. He's giving them grace. How much longer is he going to give it to them? I have no idea. That's not his quote. That's mine. So but he said that's what he said. So I just want to say that before we take the break, before I forget.
Break time. Here we go. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thanks again for listening to those scintillating commercials. If you listen to the commercials, we get paid more. So just keep that in mind, all of you loyal Fanatical Elves Network folks. Every commercial you listen to is what they call an impression. I'm learning all these new things now. And
I can do impressions, but I get in trouble.
Yeah. So thanks for listening to those commercials because
24-14 49ers.
Wow. Okay. 49ers up 21-14 over
Old Man Rivers. Old Man Rivers.
Who's a grandparent, right?
Is he a grandparent? Is he really?
That's what I understand. I think that's what is out. That's the rumor out there that he's a grandpa.
His wife fielded a wrestling team. I'm not surprised. I mean, God, he had a bunch of kids with her. So good for him.
Gosh.
And the Cavs are winning 137-124 under 2 minutes in the fourth.
Oh, there you go. Ethan Greenberg, if you're watching, I know you love your Cavaliers. I know you said you don't give a rat's ass about them anymore the rest of the season.
Well, Ethan did a great job on Friday night. We had great conversations about the Stefanski stuff and what we're going to do and what's going to happen. There's a lot of speculation because they play everything so close to the vest. We will know come Black Monday in 2 weeks. We'll be on here 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And we're either talking about a coaching search or what the hell they kept that. It's like, well, so we'll find out.
Yeah, I would say I agree with you. I mean, right now, I think everyone's like, it's 50-50. I don't know which way to lean. There's moments. I definitely think that he should be fired because this team has been 3-14 potentially again for 2 years in a row, and that's just not showing progress.
No, it's not showing progress, and it's not. The NFL stands for not for long, so for a reason. But speaking of which, did we talk about the questions that were being asked to both Myles Garrett and Shedeur Sanders after the game?
Why don't you bring that?
Oh, I don't know who asked that to Shedeur, asking him if that 4th and 2 is the right call.
I'm not sure
because he looked at him. He says, "I can't answer that." He's like, come on, man. I'm not going to answer that. He's just, it's just like you're like, oh, look, he throws his coach under the bus when asked a question.
Yeah.
You know, I could just see the headline right now. I'm all the bites and the clicks that it'll get. And then somebody else asked Myles Garrett if he regretted signing his extension after this season. And the look he gave that guy was like, that was the best.
He said, next
look.
question.
Yeah. He's like, next question. It's like, dude, yeah.
I find it interesting that Shedeur Sanders' father, primetime, Dion, was there again.
Yeah.
Because
next coach of the Browns. Next coach of the Browns.
Lou, I know some people think it's nuts, but it's the NFL, it's primetime, and sports, ESPN, would love a storyline like that. And I'm not saying it makes any sense, but it would be fascinating, in my opinion. And he might lay a complete egg, but my God, I'm sorry. I think that would just be fascinating TV. It's the NFL. It probably wouldn't work out, but I just think that would be very interesting.
I don't think it will happen. We heard the other one, Josina Anderson's, about Bill Belichick coming back.
Jeez. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, bullshit. I was talking to people at the Christmas party about it. And Myles Garrett got credited with a half a sack. So
yes,
one full sack away from breaking the record in 2 games. And they completely avoided him in that game. I mean,
right.
It was just, but I was making a point. The night before, I was at the Christmas party with my wife, and it was a Bills fan was in there. And I was talking to him. He goes, "Oh, I wouldn't play Myles the rest of the season. He might get hurt." And it's like, I looked at him like, "What?" yeah. Don't play your best player because he might get hurt. Could you make them? Well, there's some stupid people out there. I'm not kidding.
No, there are. The stats of Myles and what he's achieving, and we've talked about it here on this show and others on their shows, just are staggering. And his closeout on Bruce Smith, the great former, didn't he play for the Bills too? He's the all-time collector of sacks. He had 190, and Myles is already at like 110. And Bruce Smith played for 19 years, and Myles is completing his 9 years. Right. I know, it was just on earlier today. Die Hard. I was just watching it tonight. So, but I think I think that, of course, Myles is shooting for that goal. I think that long term, the way that he knows that he'll make his mark, go to the Football Hall of Fame, is if he can catch and overtake Bruce Smith's record. I think he's going to crush it if he can stay healthy, knock on wood, because he's 80 sacks away from doing that, and he's played 10 fewer seasons.
Yeah, he'll be there. I'm not I just let it happen. I'm not really too worried about that. I'm going to the game Sunday.
Yeah,
I think because Baltimore lost last night and they lost Lamar Jackson. I don't know if he's going to play Saturday. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
He's had a hurt back. They're in Green Bay on Saturday. They lose, Pittsburgh clinches the AFC North before we even start.
Yep.
So it's just one of those things. It's just like, and then
get this, Lou. See, do you think about this? I was talking to Jeff Hartman about this earlier on his show, that if that happens, which is a strong possibility that Baltimore loses,
more than likely,
goes into the game, who is their backup quarterback?
Mason Rudolph.
Do
you think
Myles Garrett? Would that just be amazing TV, considering that Myles was suspended because he tried to take the guy's head off? That was so
long ago. Yeah, I know.
But wasn't that be fascinating? I think that for him to break the record against Mason Rudolph, the guy that started all this crap, I mean, I would just.
What did Jeff say about that?
Oh, he started giggling. He thought that was. He says, "Oh, yeah, that would be." I said, "That would be certain made for TV." There.
Any word about DK Metcalf? Did you talk?
Oh, he's out 2 games. They said, and he is.
He got suspended 2 games.
2 games, from what Jeff said. He's appealing it. But even so, it would still probably be at least 1 game, which means he won't play in Cleveland. And then also based on the fact that if Baltimore loses,
he's their best receiver.
Yeah, but they have a good run game, but they don't need, like, if they clinch without even playing and go into the game Sunday, they're not going to play anybody. Well,
Well,
maybe. I
well,
mean,
they'll
Mike
play guys. He
Tomlin.
doesn't like to do
Yeah,
that 2 weeks in a row. He would
you
do it the
said that.
final week.
Yeah, Jeff
But,
was
I
mentioning
think they
that
still have
earlier.
that they still have to game plan because there's no guarantee Baltimore's going to lose unless they actually lose. Unless
Right.
something's bothering Aaron Rodgers when he wakes up that morning and something like, hey, my shoulder, this, that. Okay,
Right.
that could happen. That could.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So
interesting.
GK got 2 games from what Jeff's telling me.
Okay, I didn't see any. I
I
didn't see
didn't
any
see it
stories, but
either. Yeah.
no, huh? Well, I mean, I heard the fan said something that you just don't say to people. So it doesn't mean that
Okay.
you can't really. Well, Ethan and I were texting each other. Have Tim Misney make them pay. You ever see the attorney's billboards in Cleveland? The Tim Misney
Yes.
guy. Yeah, I'd be like, um, I was assaulted. So yeah, I'm thinking too. I'm also looking, I'm looking ahead at the draft stuff, but that would be something if we got the number 1 overall pick. And it's like, what do you do? If do you want to start fresh? You want to bring in a new coach, bring in a new quarterback, say this is what we're going to do, or do you want to stick with Shador and Stefanski? I mean, Stefanski did work with Shador. He did help him prepare and get ready. So this whole thing that he doesn't like him, I don't buy that. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with you there too. I just
Yeah.
don't know how you can avoid not seeing those records over the last 2 years and not.
That's true too. I agree with you. I agree. Yeah. No, I could see reasons for firing. I could see reasons for keeping them. I see more reasons for firing them, but I don't know what they're
Is
thinking.
there anybody out there as a coach that you would be? I mean, I can't think of anybody.
That's the thing too. It's like, who are you going to bring in? That's the other thing. Like,
yeah,
he's going to get a job somewhere else.
Would he get a job as a head coach or as a coordinator again? Would people? I mean, I'm sure teams would hire him as a coach, but does he want to be a coach again?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll take something somewhere, but I don't know what they're going to do because you're hearing stories, you're hearing things. Did you get that the thing I got sent with G. Bush last night?
No, tell me again.
That clip.
Remind me.
He was talking about how negativity breeds negativity.
No, I didn't see that.
And I sent it to you and a couple other people.
Okay.
And Ethan even said it was good stuff. The thing is, it's been so bad here for so long.
Yes.
That it's almost like a normal default position. Only in Cleveland, only mess up here. Oh, this only happens.
Yeah.
Here. But then when you talk to other fans at other teams, you would think they're from Cleveland. I mean,
yeah.
That's why it's just so brain dead stupid to think that way. And I that's why I kind of like to point out, I say, guys, do you see what we did 30 years ago when nobody else ever did that? And look, we have the opportunity to fix because we have an owner with money. We have a GM that look at the last draft class. And he actually hasn't been horrible, but he looks. So if you figure if you make some tweaks and changes along the way, we could get right this ship with a new stadium down the road. It's like,
and that's the other thing. Yeah, just as a side note,
it's not all doom and gloom. But go ahead.
You and I have talked about this off air, and other people have too. But you pointed this out, and then today, out there in Kansas City, they announced that they're going to be building their new stadium on the Kansas City side. Now, if those of you who are the Kansas City, Kansas side, those of you who are not familiar with that area, I grew up, or I lived out there for 25 years.
You lived out in Wichita, wasn't it?
Well, I did, but I was a season ticket holder for the Chiefs for a couple of years. So only because they gave teachers season tickets for $250 a year. But this is back in the day. This is when the Chiefs were really bad too. So, but the new stadium out there, Lou, is going to be 30 miles due west, still on ice. It's off of I-70, but it's still on the northern part of town. But it's going to be in a different state. I mean, it's all together. The Kansas City is split kind of down the middle
between Kansas and Missouri.
Right. And then the other one is, what's the other town? Chicago, the Bears. They're potentially going to
Arlington Heights. I heard
that or down to Indiana. Even someone said, Steve Gill said that there's a proposal out there now to build it down in another state. So like you and I have talked about this topic of the Browns moving, 10, 15 minutes south in Brook Park, which is still in
We're
the
still in
same
the same county. Yeah,
Yeah.
still in the same county. Some people are leaving their state entirely, you know.
Right.
Well, the other thing too, there were stories out about I forgot the name of the traffic patterns and the traffic studies they're already doing. So they're basically saying that it's not going to impact the traffic at all on Sunday game days, but when it's weeknight events, they're worried about that.
Okay.
Like weeknight events. So that's what they're trying to figure out things for that. So it's like, oh, we have a final. Cleveland Cavaliers 139, the Charlotte Hornets 132.
Okay. Good.
So Cavs win. Cavs win.
Good. They got
Good.
back in the win column. That's a lot of points for the Cavs.
Yeah, that is. It's a lot of points to give up too. 132. So, but just like I said, right. I mean, people. You saw all the stories and everything that I've written about this and how we even got here.
Right.
Like, don't you people learn anything? Don't you understand? It's like the reason why we got to where we were.
Now, the new stadium, it's not retractable. It's a dome, right? It's
an indoor. Yeah, it's a dome. Yeah. So
okay. Somebody was asking me yesterday if it's going to be retractable. I said, no, I don't think it's retractable.
No, they won't do that. No, that's really expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I drove by that area. It looked like there was a whole bunch of things going on there. Last night when we were coming back from the game and driving back to Columbus, it looks like they're working around the clock. At least there was a bunch of people in construction trucks and different things there on site. This is last night, like at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock last night when we drove by off of 71 and Snow Road.
Yeah, they got the earth movers and stuff out there. They'll probably have a groundbreaking this next spring, which will be probably by like March or April this year, and then they're full go. They're full go, man.
Yeah,
so it's happening. So they're just like the traffic pattern story was just interesting how they proved a plan. Like Oka or something like that. It was like Okaka. I forgot what it was called. Hang on. Let me try to pull.
So you'll be at the game on Sunday. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not.
I want to see the sack record broken with Mason Rudolph. So
yes. We'll see how that all works out. And then
yeah, I'm looking up things while you talk. Go ahead.
No, again, we'll have shows throughout this week. I know we've got other shows coming up. Steve Hemrich has got his show.
I'll be on his show at noon. I just confirmed it before I came on it. I'll be on what Christmas Eve at noon.
Nice.
I'm gonna do his show.
Great.
Regarding he asked me to come on. And he said we'll go over what we're talking about. I said, well, what else are we gonna talk about? So we're not gonna have a DK Metcalf to deal with.
No. I think we're going to be playing against the Pittsburgh Backups. I have a feeling that Baltimore is not going to beat Green Bay, but stranger things have happened. We'll see how things go. But Broad Bloom has his Browns Blitz show coming up. I've got my Johnny Cleveland podcast coming up. Lou, you might have. What do you do? On Friday.
I'm doing a show on Friday.
Okay.
Doing a show Friday. Yep. Okay. We're doing a show Friday with Posh, and we're gonna be previewing the game. And just going over what's going on. Probably we do a lot more injury report stuff that game because that's when the final one comes out, who's playing where and what they're doing. And I'll tell you what. Let's see, traffic plan. I'm looking it up right now. Brook Park traffic plan. And hang on, it's just doing that. Yeah. So what we're going to be talking about. Previewing the game and everything else, and probably thinking like, is this going to be something that Stefanski? I was trying to do it with one hand, so
no, that's fine. No, I was just sitting there while I was sitting there in the cold yesterday. I know a lot of people are anti-dome, but on days like yesterday, it's definitely people that want to enjoy a football game, and people that are older that want to enjoy a football game. The weather conditions yesterday were just frightful and scary, to be downright honest. That if you're an older person, you're not going to be able to manage a game that cold in your future if you were to stay there at Huntington Bank Field and the outdoor field. So there's some. I know if people are still going to be bothered by this, and maybe you lose your interest in following the Cleveland Browns.
The Northeast Ohio Area Coordinating Association or something it's called Northeastern Ohio area-wide coordinating agencies transportation subcommittee gave Brook Park's proposal a green light Friday morning. Now the plans will make their way through the more NAOACA committee with the potential for a full board vote in March.
Okay.
So they're pretty much saying $82 million infrastructure plan for the traffic.
Okay.
I know people were complaining about, traffic. Try driving downtown during a Browns game and a Guardians game and anything else going on. Yeah. That's why I take the Rapid. Yeah.
No, and hey, the Rapid, I mean, that's the way to go. And folks that aren't familiar with Cleveland, or those of you who eventually will go to the Dome in the future, the Rapid will be used continually. It's a good system.
It's a great system. Yeah.
I think it'll, that's a.
See, I'm lucky. I have a sister and her family. They live close to the airport.
Yeah.
Brook Park. So I could just park there and walk.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
It's just like, or have her just shuttle me or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean, plus I have family on the west side, so I could easily.
Well, it's easier for a lot of people coming. Anybody that's coming up 71 from Cincinnati or Columbus, you're cutting 20 minutes off your trip, 15 minutes off your trip. So I mean, that's mentally it's a nice thing knowing that you don't have to.
And I could just as easily take the Rapid. I could go to my parents' house and then take the Rapid from West 117th and Madison.
Yep.
2 stops. I'm at the airport.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
yep. Well, I get off on that Puritas exit right there.
You're at West 150th and Puritas.
I get on.
You're like one or two farther down.
Yep. I get off. Yep. That's where we stay, and there's a couple hotels right there. And I'm telling you that hotel yesterday. I texted you earlier. It was full.
All Bills fans.
Full blown Bills fans. But it was funny, and like you said earlier, there was nobody that was rude. They saw me wearing all my Browns gear. There were a lot of here we go, and a lot of good laughter. 9:00 in the morning, people are in good spirits. Everyone's wearing their brown or their Buffalo gear.
Most Bills fans, every Bills fan I've ever run into, even when I was in North Carolina, they were pretty cool.
Yeah,
they were cool. They were just talking. I remember it was one game. It was a Thursday night game when our quarterback got hurt, Brian Hoyer.
Yes.
And then their quarterback got hurt. We ended up winning the game, but they were actually doing better. They were actually winning the game until their quarterback got hurt.
I kind of vaguely remember that.
I remember it because I want to say Brandon Whedon came in and won the game for us. And it was just interesting. I was just telling.
We had the Snow Globe game here in Cleveland the one year where we won 8-0 with Phil Dawson.
2 field goals and a safety.
Kicking the field. Yeah.
That was a game. Oh geez. Yeah, we had a Snow Globe game with the Titans this year. We had one with Pittsburgh last year. So
the Titans beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs are pretty much done. Yeah. The Cincinnati Bengals coming back and beating the Miami Dolphins or crushing the Dolphins.
Oh, the Dolphins are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like speculation now, like with mock drafts of. Depending on who gets the number 1 overall pick, because if people say if it's the Giants, they don't want a quarterback. They have Jackson Dart,
right?
So they can trade down. So people want to get Mendoza. I don't know. I don't think it would hurt.
Well, and Steve Gill mentioned on his show this morning, Dog Pound South, that he likes the idea if the Browns would stick with Andrew Berry, that he goes out and he trades for a legit left or a tackle or guard in the upcoming season, that they need another veteran, a solid guy that would, and you're not going to necessarily see that in free agency. So he thinks that the Browns are going to target like somebody in a trade, which makes sense a little bit more.
Yeah. I could see it. Well, like I said, you can't pay attention to what they say, pay attention to what they do. And that's going to start in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think really, we're going to look back maybe 4 or 5 years from now about how irrelevant these last 2 games were. And we're going to think like this could be a turning point where we build on the last year's draft. We take a different direction in coaching, different direction at quarterback, or we continue with what we're doing and build around what we're doing. So, I mean, there's different ways they could go. I personally think that we're in a better position than people think we are but that's just me being probably a fan being optimistic. But
Shador's talking about it too. I mean, the young kid is talking positively about it.
Promise. He's
he
showing
mentioned
promise.
That he talked about building a
rookie
group and
round
the
pick.
rookie.
He's playing great. Yeah, it's just
The batted passes were bad moments for him yesterday, but he's learning.
Yeah, he's a rookie. The shit's gonna happen. I mean, it's just you got a bunch of rookies playing skill positions. This is growing pains what we're going through. So I'm not too upset about it. I wasn't expecting to win the game. I was glad we gave a great effort and it was a competitive game. And I really, honestly, I'd like to see the same effort against the Steelers. I mean, if we beat the Steelers, I'm not going to complain.
Considering how we played the Chicago Bears the week before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a nice turn of events. By the way, the Bears are the luckiest damn team in the league right now. I think they're shit, but they still keep winning these games. I mean, that pass and the catch were just miraculous for the Bears.
I want to say I saw a mock draft where we traded down from the first overall to Dallas.
For
the 13th pick and the 21st pick and a second rounder next year. And that way we have 13th, 21st, and 27th pick plus an early second.
Who does Dallas get?
Dallas goes number 1 overall.
They would go 1 overall.
I saw that. I was like,
we would pick up 2.
Yeah, and then he had like
picks?
2 extra first round picks and a second round pick for next year. So we'd have 3 picks in the first 2 rounds this year, and pretty much 4 this year and 3 next year. Talk about loading up on young talent. So,
well, and that's the saving grace. I'm working on my podcast next with the Johnny Cleveland podcast. That let's look at the bright side. What have we seen this season? And the rookies we continue to talk about have been outstanding.
Oh, excellent. I mean, Dylan Gabriel could be something, but he might take some time. I'm not writing him off by any means. And I remember, what was that the goal line play when he came in, and it was like something's wrong. There
was the thing with the pinky finger with
he had a cut on his pinky finger or something.
Yeah, but we didn't know. None of us.
You don't know when you're in the stands.
I had run to the bathroom at that point, so I missed it. But I heard about the booing. I could hear people, and
people were booing when he came out there.
Yeah, and then people were like, "We don't know exactly," but Dylan Gabriel came in for a play, and like, "Oh, okay." Like, and I was trying to figure out what the hell happened to Shador, but it all worked out. Well, Lou, you want to wrap things up?
Yeah. I'll tell you. Well, the thing that Garrett Bush just said, and if I saw it was last night, and it's basically about how the media was asking those negative questions.
Yeah.
And how we kind of tend to default to that because everybody else is going to knock on us. I use different terms, but I'm actually cleaning up my language because one of your students is watching.
Oh, thank you very much, Lou.
So it's one thing but if you believe that and you speak that, you bring it to existence. That's why I hate about it. Because I was always, it's the thing I was told, even when I was doing my athletics and my sports, when I was wrestling, bodybuilding, doing whatever.
Yeah.
If you say this and even if you're joking, you don't do it. Why put it out there? The negativity, this, that, or I'm a loser, I'm this, I'm that. People do that. People do self-deprecating humor. I never do that. You ever notice I don't do that? That's why. Guys, there's a lot to be positive about. Yes, there's things to be negative about. That's any team. That's anybody in life. Anybody. But there's a lot to be positive about. And we're not going to stop being fans. So cut the crap. You're not going to. So that's the way I'm just done. Enjoy the journey.
As a fan right now, I mean, I'm happy to see what I'm seeing, and I'm glad that we saw a little bit better effort, and the game was close yesterday. And
most people I talk to are like, "Hey, let's ride with Shador next year." They're not really that keen on drafting a quarterback with that unknown because we've seen that first overall pick come in and suck. We've seen it happen. We've seen what it's, we've seen this before. Everybody gets that jersey. If everybody wants to trade down and get Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Andrew Berry does and how they handle it. But guys, I mean, the thing is we're fans for a reason. and we're going to stay fans for a reason. Don't lose sight of that. And
yeah.
A lot of those same fans that are negative all the time, they're too young to remember when the Browns were good before they moved. They're too young to remember the championship years. They're too young to remember the way things were before. When, and there was no excuse for the team leaving. Yeah, we should.
We're all hanging on that.
Yeah, happened. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we have it now. We have this opportunity, and the two things that are going to make that dome worth it is, one, we have a winning product on the field.
Yep.
And two, we attract events here. Your national championship games, Big Ten championship games. I'm just not just football, but Super Bowls, WrestleManias, WWE pay-per-views, whatever you want to call other events that you can imagine that could happen. World Cup soccer, all kinds of stuff. Just I'm just throwing things out there, like championship boxing matches, whatever. Like we could see Jake Paul get his butt kicked by somebody.
It's going to be a great.
Did you see that Friday night? The Jake Paul, whoever he was fighting?
I know I didn't.
His jaw broken in two places.
Oh, did he really?
Oh God!
Did you hear? Hey, did you hear the story? I never knew this before we leave. The Sylvester Stallone story about his birth and everything. I didn't realize this.
With the jaw, with his jaw.
Yeah, I did not. I had never heard that story.
Yeah, I've heard that. He actually told the story like when they were doing auditions and stuff, and for Apollo Creed, they originally looked at Ken Norton.
Oh, okay.
And Ken Norton, if people don't know, Ken Norton Jr. played for the linebacker for the Cowboys, but his dad was a heavyweight champion boxer.
Okay.
And his dad was known as a hard hitter.
Yeah.
And I guess Stallone had it, and he hit him in the elbow, just with a shot in the elbow, and he said his whole arm went numb. That's how hard he hit him. And it was just like, it's Stallone. He was I think he was talking to Johnny Carson. Kids, Johnny Carson had the Tonight Show long before Jimmy Fallon did. Long before Jimmy Fallon did. This was like in the 70s. Yeah. And Stallone told the story. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's very interesting because, they I don't know why they went with Carl Weathers, because he had some acting experience, I think. Before that. It was something to do. And he just told him, I can box. He lied to him.
Yeah.
But it was just, he checked all the boxes. But anyway,
well, Lou, enjoyed the game on Sunday. I might be there.
I'm going to be there. It's the last game of the season, and I'll be back next year in August for preseason. Oh, all of our opponents are set.
Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Who are the other ones? Well, the ones away.
We're playing the AFC South and the NFC South. And we have the Raiders coming here. We go to the Jets and the Giants. We have 2 trips to New York. We're not going anywhere on the West Coast. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, we go to Jacksonville. We go to
Tampa. I know we go to Tampa.
We go to
the Saints. We go to the Saints.
And then we got Carolina coming here.
We go to Nashville.
And if I'm not mistaken, we have the Colts coming here. We have the usual appointment. If I'm not in, I'm trying to think who's the other AFC South team that's going to come here. Houston,
that's right.
Houston will come here. So we got Houston, the Colts coming here, and then we have this. I think we got the Saints and the Panthers coming here. We go to Tampa. And what was that? Go ahead.
No, I just wondered when you said Texans, I was in my head. I was wondering. I wonder if Nick Chubb is going to be.
He could be. He might be there next year
with them or not. Yeah,
he could be. I mean, I don't know how kind of a year he's having. I'm not hearing a lot.
500 yards. I looked at it earlier today. 500 yards in the season. The last few games, he's only been getting like 4 to 6 carries a game.
Yeah,
he had a nice run yesterday for about 30 yards.
Yeah, he still got some of it in there. It's not just as what it used to be, though.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, because we got the 6 divisional games, home and away. But I'm trying to think who else we got.
While you're thinking about that, Quinshon Judkins, I looked at his stats just for comparison's sakes, because his season's over, but he had 230 carries for about 820 yards this season, about a 3.5 or 6 yard average, which
with a
wasn't
crappy
too
line.
bad. Yeah, but He had a lot compared to like Nick Chubb. I was just looking at their stats, for comparison's sake, and
Hmm.
I think Nick Chubb, his first year, he had 996 yards on only like 180
Oh, he was sick.
or
It
190.
was crazy. The
Yeah,
line was a lot better back then too with Chubb.
that's
Uh,
yeah,
it was a lot better. I'm gonna say I'm trying. Okay, so let's go. You got the Bengals, Steelers, Ravens are going to be here.
Ravens. Yep.
Raiders. Then you have the AFC North opponents on the NFC. Excuse me, the NFC South opponents that are coming here
Yeah.
will be Carolina and the Saints, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, Carolina and
Um, I'm trying to
Falcons.
find.
Falcons. Carolina and the Falcons.
Okay.
Atlanta and Carolina.
Okay.
And then if I'm trying to think, then there's who else would it be? Then you have the AFC. You got the Titans and the Texans. Not the Titans, the Colts and the Texans. We go. Obviously the away games. We go to Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore. We go to New York twice. Then you have
Yes.
the two. Then you have the Tampa Bay, and we go to the Saints. Is that correct? We go to
I
the
wonder if we
Saints.
open the season against the Giants or the Jets. I wonder if that would be an opening
We're
game.
probably opening out there, probably. So we got those two, and then if I'm not mistaken, we go to Jacksonville and we go to Nashville. So that's pretty much our opponents are set, just the dates and everything else. Do you see any national games like a Monday night, Thursday night, maybe? Maybe Thursday night.
Yeah, maybe. Well, let's see. They would have who are our home. I'm trying to. You mentioned the
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh.
the Raiders.
You said Vegas is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say the Falcons are coming?
Falcons are coming. Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a Falcons Browns on like a Thursday night or something.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Or a divisional opponent like Cincinnati
Or Pittsburgh, or
yeah. I would
remember the
say
one we did Monday night on Halloween.
Shador. The fact that Shador, that being if he goes into the season as their quarterback, I think the NFL knows.
Yeah, and somebody else brought this up too, that we could trade for like a veteran quarterback to compete with them, like a Mac Jones.
Yes.
Which it would be cheap. We could probably do it. But yeah.
Well, I might be getting that Shador Sanders jersey. I don't know yet. So we're
for Christmas, Santa, bring it to him.
I think so.
Get your autographed Shador Sanders jersey. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, are they going to say, okay, we're gonna run back with him and he's our guy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a good kid. I mean, I have nothing. I would not.
I don't hear any.
I wouldn't mind at all if they did that. I would not be bothered at all. But go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I don't hear any much negativity on that. I think a lot of from the players to the coaches to the fans. I think a lot of people are on board.
Yeah, they like him better than Gabriel. That's for sure.
Steve Gill even said today on his show that he's seen improvement in Steve Gill's eyes. He's seen improvement. So there you go. And Steve is always, very looks at things very, very analytically and stuff. And he's said that he looked like he'd made a lot of improvements from even the game that they played against the Bears, where he was, they were taking a lot of checkdowns. He was going, to the short routes and yeah.
Speaking of negative, there's one guy he's complaining about dink and dunk Stefanski offense. And I'm like, he didn't have a line, dude. You got to get rid of the ball. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I mean,
yeah. And that if you were there at the game or watched the game on TV, like many of you did, I mean, it really wasn't one of those games where it was what it was. And the Browns did a lot of good things, especially that second half, moving the ball by using the run. Sanders had a couple nice rushes in the second half. Sanders, the running back, and Williams came in and did some really good things. Sanders made a beautiful screen pass to Williams that he took for 25 or 30 yards to set him up for that last field goal or whatever. So
Yeah, and like I said, there's going to be a group of people that are going to crap on us no matter what. Why crap on ourselves?
Yeah.
That makes like people like, oh, mistake by the lake, Cleveland, huh?
Yeah.
I just look at, I just know what I do. I just look at him and said, did you think of that all by yourself? Did you really? I got to be careful because I might be dealing with an intellectual giant here, so I'm just going to be careful when I watch what I do.
Well, Lou,
that's how you turn around. You just look at him like, okay, yeah, never fucking heard that before. Jeez. See, I just dropped an F-bomb. Sorry, kid. Sorry,
no, it's all right. It's all good. Lou, a final thought before we say goodnight to all our fans tonight.
I want to say goodnight. I want to say Merry Christmas. And guys, tomorrow's another day. Whatever happens, happens. We can't control what other people we do. We only control how we respond. Mm-hmm. So Merry Christmas. And I will see you guys next Monday.
And Friday night with your show with Posh.
Well, I'm going to be on Wednesday with the the Gleam.
There's a Gleam. Yep.
And my show with Posh on Friday, but for Stirring the Pot, and I'll be back with John next Monday. Yep. Doing the post game stuff with talk about the Steelers. We'll talk about the final game of the season in Cincinnati. And Joe Burrow's still talking like how he's not having fun. So we'll see what happens.
Shout out to Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. They shake the hand of the farmer. Check out our X page. I did talk to them earlier. I'm trying to get all of you fans a discount. So if you order, maybe you guys can get yourselves a discount. So I'm trying to
all that butter on the stew pot has this promo code STEW15. You get 15% off on all that butter. STW15. STEWF15, 15, excuse me. So that's where we're at.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, good night. Merry Christmas, guys. Love you guys.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. See you, Lou.
See ya.